Okay, it almost fell on me. So this is the one I'm going to be using. We normally use just a small single compartment to divide, but what I'm thinking now is that we can put multiple items in here and it's deeper. And this is by Adoric. Okay, this is their BPA-free food container, and it's freezer safe, microwave safe, and dishwasher safe. And towards the end of this vlog, I will be showing you how I used it when packing our meals, our freezer meals, and I will also give you my feedback. And down in the description box below, I will also provide you with a coupon code of 15% discount if you want to avail of this product. This came in a 20-piece pack. Okay, so that's the one they sent me. The company contacted me, and I am not connected with the company. I'm just here to give you my honest review. And it's just a first impression because it's the first time I'm using it. And if you want the full review, let me know in the comments down below so that I can give you feedback on how it goes as time goes by. Okay, so let's get on with the vlog. Okay, it's a Sunday and it's batch cooking day, and since I've been getting quite a few requests from you guys to show how we do batch cooking and menu planning, so I'm just going to be showing you a bit of it. Not a whole lot because it's going to be crazy. There's going to be a lot to do, so I'm just going to give you an overview. So it's a tag team, and it's a good thing to do this with your family if you are planning on doing this, so that the amount of work will be more evenly distributed. You know, it's I would say that it'll be easier to do the work as well. And if you have more people working in the kitchen, chances are things are going to get done faster, and it'll be more fun and enjoyable as opposed to just one person, you know, working and kind of doing all the labor. Because it's also going to be more, the good thing about it also is that, you know, it's some kind of a bonding moment, especially if you all are busy and this is the time that you will be together. So it's also a good time to bond with each other. Okay, so right now we are 3 in this household, my husband, daughter, and I. My daughter is actually preparing for her major test. You know, it's an MCAT. So sometimes when she's very busy, we don't bother her anymore. But usually, my husband is pointing out to me that while I'm chit-chatting with you guys, he's already done. Okay, so most of the time, well, almost always, I would say 90% or 95% of the time, we cook Filipino food. So he was already ahead of me. This one, he's boiling the mung beans with some pork, putting in the onions and also the tomatoes that he sliced. So this is what we call munggo or balatong. Some of my Filipino friends here probably watching cook it a different way, but this is how we cook it. This is the less time consuming version, right, hon? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then this one here, my daughter's request, she wanted some afritada, so we marinated this with some tomato paste and some ketchup, and also had some stewed tomatoes here. These are canned stewed tomatoes, and these are pork again, but you can certainly use also beef or chicken, but since we have a lot of pork in our freezer, we're using the pork. Showing you here. So this is a huge pot. So now what we're preparing here is, my daughter had requested some of our, red potatoes for the afritada, the pork afritada. The pork afritada, or kind of like mechado, is prepped with some potatoes, you know, the Idaho potatoes, but we chose the red potatoes, and we keep the skin on. And we don't boil it or we don't cook it the same time as the pork. What I do with this one is I fry it, or yeah, so that's why we're slicing it a little thinner than what you will usually see when you're boiling them. And then when we serve our afritada, this is not going to be dunked or dipped in the pot. We're just going to be serving this kind of like a side, but we're going to eat it with our afritada so that this will be crunchy. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to fry. So had this cooker or fryer, different types of cooking. So we use this also. I like that this is 6 quarts, so when we're doing batch cooking, we can use that as well. As a matter of fact, probably this is where I'm going to be cooking the potato when I'm going to be frying it. I'm probably going to do that. Okay, my husband went to the groceries and shop. It's an Asian store, actually, Asian supermarket. So today, probably we're not going to film it anymore. We're going to do some Korean barbecue bulgogi. You know, we're going to marinate it. This is probably the only thing that we're not going to do freezer meal on, because barbecue, you'd rather have it fresh barbecued on the day you're going to eat it. We do have staples in our pantry. And these are coconut milk, also evap milk, and condensed milk, because I do make our own desserts as well. I make the cassava. I try to make it as low sugar or healthy version rather than the hyper sweet or super sweet one. This one we have to keep it frozen until we're deciding to cook. Okay, these are the yuca or grated cassava. And then these are the shredded young coconut. So we're going to be making that as well. Our pantry still looks nice for the most part. At least it's where we could see everything. As from the last time you've seen me do this, it's still organized the way I want it. These are the snacks and desserts. Those are the breakfasts, and then the, you know, the paper plates, and even some of the things we use, and even the napkins. So as I just spruce it up every now and then. This is partially open Tostitos chips container. So I'm just trying to do a check and balance to see candies, the cereal box, which we're gonna be, oh, I need to put the cereals here. So yeah, I'm gonna actually no, the one at the back. That's where we put the cereals at the back. So I'm going to be putting that. So this is also the time that I kind of inspect our pantry when I'm doing the cooking. That's why I'm showing this to you guys. So pretty much almost every Sunday we do it this way. Okay, so that we know what we need to buy for the whole week. And here I am. I'm going to be replenishing this. There's still enough space, but okay, and then there's some kind of like breakfast granola there. And I think we need to buy some more oatmeal. This is our container for the oatmeal. This big one here, and it's empty right now, unless I'm just not finding the packaging, because usually we don't run out of it, because my husband always cooks it for his snack. So now that I see that I already put in the Kellogg's, so the only thing I'm going to put in the list would be the oatmeal. Although I see some packets of oatmeal there, but those are the instant oatmeal. He doesn't really like those. He bought them, but for me and my daughter. But I'm going to buy the oatmeal. Another thing that we're probably going low on is the rice, and being Filipino, we like rice. Okay, so we buy brown rice, not white rice. You see that container there? Let's see here, there. That's where my rice at. But we do have some also those, what do you call this? My husband calls them chicken food. This is the one that's in those boxes. We still have a couple of boxes of quinoa and brown rice. This was the one last leftover from the third box, so we're still good. There are some noodles there, ramen that we cook. So yeah, we're still good on sugar and everything. So I'm just showing you here how I do my inventory. Here I'm listing all the items that we need to buy. I've checked our refrigerator as well. I just didn't show you, but also, as you've seen me do a check and balance on our pantry items that we may need for our next cooking or our daily cooking, because we do freezer meals, we don't cook on a day-to-day basis. You could put here always with a smiley face, but that's the brand of a sanitary napkin. Oops, excuse me. But yeah, we ran out of that too. So I just have to list it down even before the vegetable oil because I might forget. So, yep. So that's how we do it. We do it while we cook. We also do our food inventory. So update on the menu planning board. It's working out fine. I'm glad I found this in my stash, the list pad for menu planning from the Dollar Tree. I think I got this about a couple of months ago, and it has the weekly menu for the 7 days, and then also there's a list of to-do and then some notes. And I like the fact that I don't have to put the 7 sheets anymore, like I mentioned before, because I do have our recipe book, so I don't really need to put the recipes there. And anything that we don't have in our pantry or refrigerator that I need to cook or make these items, I'm putting it on the shopping list that is on the magnetic pizza pan board. So as you can see, I separated the breakfast and lunch and dinner, and then I can add notes here if I need to kind of add, and then I put a +1 if we are expecting a guest to be with us. And if you could see here, I don't know if you will notice, there will be times that I will say eat out. We're not going to be eating freezer meals or leftovers, so we're just gonna go eat out. If you notice here on a Saturday, it's an eat out lunch day. And then here for dinner, we will also have some eat outs as well. So this is actually, if you notice, is the menu that we're preparing for this week that I'm already cooking. So this will be replaced. This is the time, Monday night, that's when I do the menu for next Sunday that we're going to be cooking. Okay, next I'm going to be cooking some rice, and we still have probably some rice in the freezer from previous freezer meal batches, but I'm going to be cooking here. I have like 5 cups of rice here, and I'm going to wash them, and I'm going to be packing them in the containers that I just showed you, along with the viands. The viands are the, you know, the meat or the poultry or the proteins that I have here, cooking in some vegetables, because the mung beans we counted as vegetables. I will place the rice in the rice cooker. We've had this for a long time, as you can see. It's already chipped. But the kasori, the big one that I showed you, the multi-cooker, can cook a lot of rice as well. But we only needed the little of rice, because I just said, as I said, we have some frozen rice, and we also still have those quinoa. I want to eat those also, so those can be just microwaved for 90 seconds. But this is just for rice for us for this week. Okay, so I'll be cooking this, and it's just automatic. Usually it takes about 15 minutes and it's done. Okay, oops, shaking. So this is kind of like this is how we do it when we pack up our lunches for weeks to come, or dinner for weeks to come. So if you could see here, there's the rice on the right. It's one of the viands, or ulam in Tagalog or Philippine language, and this is the vegetable with mung beans and some protein here. Well, mung beans is protein itself, and then some spinach and some meat here, which is pork, and then we have some kind of like looking like pork stew, but it's called a fritada, and then some rice. I've already packed up some already Okay, so first off, this Adoric 3-compartment food container, I'm gonna be packing the rice, the cooked rice here. We do love our rice. Filipinos do love their rice, so that's why we've moved to brown rice, because white rice is not good. Okay, so I can actually make several of this for the family. As you could see when you saw this being first cooked, I've already kind of emptied it halfway through. I didn't show you the process, but this is Filipino adobo, or pork adobo. Don't know if you're familiar with it. Hispanics have their own version. That's who we learned it from. And really, in our culture, we've been the Filipinos, or the Philippines, have been under the Spanish regime for like 500 years. So we learned or picked up some of their recipes or foods. So this one is also pork. Okay, you can do this in a chicken version, but yeah, that's pork adobo. And that's what I'm gonna be doing also. I'm not gonna put 2 porks, although this one has pork, so veggie and a meat or pork, and that's kind of, okay. So this is the fish, the steamed fish with turmeric, so it's perfect combination with vegetable. Okay, so I'm just putting in that slice there, a little bit more. Okay, so I just want to show you how I'm kind of packing stuff for family, and this should last us another, all these things we prepared, you know, because we don't really repeat every day similar things. So at least if we freeze them and we don't have any food ready, or we didn't eat out, then we can just pop them into the microwave and heat them up. So now just keep showing you a few, okay, because the rest have already been frozen outside, and then this is the ones that are going to go to the refrigerator here in this kitchen here. I'll just cover each one. And then I'm going to be labeling them, because sometimes when they're in the freezer, it'll be frosted and you won't see what's inside. Okay friends, I just want to give you a little bit of a feedback of my first impression on this 3-compartment food containers from Adoric. I love the fact that it has 3 compartments, because the ones that we use is just a single compartment. This one I like that I could portion control it. That's what I like about this. Now I do like the size as well. It's just the right size of food. And I like that we're able to stack them up properly, and then once we label them, it's easier and there's enough food for each person. So if you are interested in purchasing this product, go ahead and check the description box below, and you will get a 15% off. There's a code there, discount code. There's also the link to the product. Use that code so that you can avail of the 15% discount. Okay, that's it everyone. I am cutting now this vlog, and I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a very hectic meal planning day and meal prep day for us. So if you want more details on how we do meal prep or freezer meals, let me know in the comments down below, and let me know if you like this type of video, like a cooking vlog video. Also, if you prepare ahead of time your meals, and what do you cook. I hope you enjoyed this video everyone. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe and share this video. Have a great day everybody. Bye bye.